Welcome back to the Coordinator's Corner. It's our season finale with BYU's coordinating coaches, all three of them. All three spending some time with us. Defense, special teams, and on offense. And we hit the offensive side of the ball with OC and QB coach Aaron Roderick as you get into our final two segments. Coach Roderick, good to see you again.
Good to be here.
All right, we're looking back at a tough loss in Tempe and ahead to Houston, of course. This was another game, the ASU game, where the offense got to start with the ball. We've had it feels like it's had a few more of those recently.
Yeah, we have. I think we've started with the ball most of our games this year for sure.
The opening drive scores maybe not coming as frequently now as they had been earlier, but you felt good about keeping that initial drive alive. You had a 4th and 5 from the ASU 46, I believe, in the opening moments.
Yeah, the analytics book there says go. Arizona State is a team that tries very hard to keep the ball away from the other team's offense, and so the thought there is that possessions in the game are going to be limited, which they were. And so you try to maximize your possessions, and with no hesitation, we 4th and 5. Kalani said go, and we went for it, and we just didn't execute the play well enough.
A little pressure on Jake.
A little bit, and we had a route bust too. We had some issues early in the game with just some mistakes that really cost us early on, and then we got those worked out at halftime and played better in the second half.
Next possession was a tough luck INT because the ball gets deflected, right, on the second drive?
Yeah, the ball, just really tough deal. Chase ran a great route. He's open. Jake makes the right decision, and their defensive end made a great play to deflect this ball. Football, sometimes the other team makes a great play, and that's what happened right there. You can see Chase is wide open. It's going to be a first down. Just really tough break.
7-0 ASU after one. They scored on back-to-back possessions in the second quarter by stealing a possession basically from BYU. Yep. Last week it was a bad bounce on a quick kick pooch punt off a helmet. Then Saturday it was a bad bounce on a squib that functioned kind of like an onside kick. In a game with so few possessions, tough to not get the offense back on the field after they went up 14-0.
Yeah, that was a tough stretch because we were on the sideline for quite a while there, and you're trying to get into a rhythm, you're trying to establish something, and they did a nice job. You got to give them credit. They got 14 straight points there and stole a possession from us.
But the bounces the last couple of weeks have been crazy.
Yeah, we had a couple tough breaks for sure in the last couple games, and some of those things were going our way in that 9-game winning streak, and the last 2 weeks they haven't gone our way, and all you can do is just keep competing.
Trailing 21-0, you're knowing ASU would have the ball to start the second half, so you got some kind of shot at something late in the first half, and you've done it again. You go tempo, you get downfield, and Will, time and time again, gives you points right before the break.
Yeah, we started out that drive. We really wanted to get a touchdown if we could, but we had to get some kind of points. You got to go into halftime with some type of momentum, and so we were able to get it down there close enough for Will to make a kick, and we always trust Will to do his job.
And this has been a thing about this team this year is when you need to get into position, it seems like you have a real answer for it.
Yeah, it's the best 2-minute offense I've ever coached. These guys really know how to. It starts really with Jake. Jake's just flourishes in that drill, and then our players execute. We protect. Our receivers are good, and we've been a good 2-minute offense this year.
What were your thoughts down 21-3 at halftime, knowing you had 30 minutes to get back in this?
Well, we were just thinking lots of game left, but we also knew that the possessions would be limited, so we were going to have to maximize our opportunities. And so the first thing was we knew we had to play faster, and the second thing was we knew we had to get touchdowns. And we had to get touchdowns, and we knew ahead of time that there were going to be some 2-point tries ahead of us. Because again, ASU, their whole deal on offense is to just keep the ball away from the other team. They run the ball, they eat clock, they play very slowly, and they're going to try to limit you. And so we just knew we had to go fast.
Every player can speak for himself about this. I think Chase said he felt the team was flat to start the game. Did you get the same sense, or was it really kind of an individual thing?
Yeah, I don't know if it was flat or if it was just a sort of fog of war kind of thing, but I thought there was some really strange play by our team in the first half. Just uncharacteristic mistakes, unforced errors. I thought a lot of things that we did wrong in that first quarter in particular had nothing to do with the opponent. It was just some mental errors by some guys that are usually some of our best players. And then I thought when we got a chance to regroup at halftime, everybody took a deep breath and said, all right, we're still in this. We can come back and win this game. And obviously we competed much better in the second half.
Why does it sometimes require the break for that change to happen?
It's a funny game. I mean, we had our best week of practice we've had all year. I felt like we were ready to play. The guys knew the game plan, and then sometimes you kick off, and sometimes you're trying too hard. So, I don't. It just depends on each individual player. But I thought there was definitely some strange, just unforced errors that can't really account for, other than once we got a chance to regroup, we really shifted gears in that third quarter.
That happened. Time again for a break. As we step away, we remind you that for your day-to-day Cougar Sports play-by-play, tune in to BYU Sports Nation with Spencer Linton and Jerem Jordan weekdays at noon Eastern Time on BYUtv and BYU Radio. Coming up on our final segment of this week's show and our final segment of this season. Much more with BYU Offensive Coordinator Aaron Roderick. As the Coordinator's Corner continues, we are brought to you by JCW's The Burger Boys. You're back in the Coordinator's Corner, brought to you by JCW's The Burger Boys. It is our final show segment of this season. BYU 9-2 coming into the 2024 regular season finale, 6-2 in the Big 12. BYU in a four-way tie for the Big 12 lead. For BYU to play in the conference championship game in Arlington, Cougs need a win over Houston at home, combined with either losses by Arizona State or Iowa State this upcoming Saturday. You're aware of the scenarios, obviously, but it takes, it requires you to go get a win first, right? Yeah,
we got to do our part, and the rest, just hope for the rest to take care of itself. And I think, in this league, anything's possible every week. So the most important thing is we have to get ready to play and win our game.
Visiting with Coach Aaron Roderick, looking back at the Arizona State game before looking ahead to Houston, what were the primary adjustments you wanted made from halftime, first half to second half?
Well, the first thing was just to execute better. We like we said, we had a lot of unforced errors in the first half, just guys going the wrong way, running the wrong route, just some really strange things. And I thought we just had to settle down, have some poise, don't panic, and just, okay, we're still in this game. There's enough game left, but our possessions are going to be limited. So we knew probably going to have 4 chances, maybe 5 in the second half to make up 17 points. So we've got to operate quickly. And the guys, I think, really just kind of bonded together and said, all right, let's go do this. And as we know, we came up a little short, but I thought they competed extremely hard in the second half, and I was really proud of them.
Your first TD drive of the game was a thing of beauty. 96 yards, 12 plays, 5:29 off the clock. You're back in the game, drawing to within 21-9 late in the third. Keelan Marion ends up scoring his first of 2 touchdown runs on the day.
Yeah, that was a great drive. I can't remember how much time was left in the third quarter when we finally got the ball, but it was...
you were late in the third.
It was. Yeah. They did a good job using some clock, but then our defense did a great job getting that stop on fourth down.
Right.
The downside of it was we had pretty far to go, and I thought the players showed a lot of character on this drive. We had some critical third down conversions. It was our best third down game of the year. We were 7 for 10.
First best third down game in years.
Yeah, 7 for 10 on third down. And
3 for 3 second half.
Yeah, and we got 3 touchdowns in the red zone this game that were good. It was good progress we made in both of those areas. And usually, if you go 7 for 10 on third down and 3 for 3 in the red zone, I've never lost a game in my career doing that. So it was just a weird night, or weird day. But that drive was huge. I was really proud of our team for stepping up, and it felt like it gave the whole team life, and it felt like, okay, we're back in this. Let's go.
Now, I felt the same way up in the booth. ASU did answer to go up 28-9, but then the Sun Devils would not score again. Your offense, meantime, touchdowns on consecutive possessions. The first of the 2 scoring drives, a quick one, 4 plays, 73 yards, 117 is all, and you need to hurry in the second half. 4 chunk plays, basically, ending with a JoJo Phillips score. Yeah, that first drive, we took 5 minutes off the clock, but because we started on our own 4, we had to be a little bit cautious with the first few plays. So we used a little more clock than we would have liked to, but you got to be smart when you're on your own 4-yard line. And then once we got the ball out a couple first downs, then we kicked it into 2-minute gear. That next drive, like you just said, that was full-blown 2-minute offense. There was no huddling at all. I think maybe huddled one of those plays when the ball went out of bounds, or when the clock stopped. But the rest of the time, we were just going as fast as we could, and it was a nice job by the guys. And how about the touchdown play? Yeah, JoJo made up for when he dropped one a couple plays before, and sometimes that's hard to do. You make a mistake, and then you got to put it behind you and be ready to make the next one. And I was proud of him. And that was a great throw and catch. Next drive, another score. 9 plays, 88 yards. You've had a lot of long touchdown drives this year. 3:44 off the clock on this one, so kind of in between. Lots of passing, but a Keelan Marion run, again, gets you into the end zone, I think, on Jet. 28-23 ball game now.
Yeah, another start at our 12 and had to get down there. We were going as fast as we could. And then once we got into the red zone, we had to make sure that we were making the right calls to get a touchdown. And it was a good drive. Started with this counter play to LJ, yeah, and then had a nice third down conversion right here to Darius. And I thought the whole drive was really well executed by everyone.
We'll see the tail end here.
Yep.
Puts you in scoring position, doesn't quite get in, but then it's Keelan on the very next play, right?
Correct, yeah. We run this jet sweep around the edge here, and he scored on 2 jet sweeps. He's really turning out to be one of our best playmakers and doing a great job.
You had 3 2-point plays on the day, didn't you? Made 1 of 3?
We did, and that is one of the disappointing parts, is to only get 1 of 3. If we get 1 more of those, you don't need a touchdown. Yeah. Then at the end of the game, you're playing for a touchdown, wins it, field goal, ties it. Instead, at the end, we had to have a touchdown to win, and we weren't in field goal range anyway when the interception happened. But I would have liked to have, if we just could have gotten 1 more of those, it would have been good. And we had Keanu wide open on that 2-point play. And again, their defensive end did a good job getting his hands up and batting the ball down.
So at 28-23, defense gets you the ball back after their outstanding 4th down stop. You did move quickly down the field, but the drive sadly ends on a 2nd and 10 from the ASU 39-yard line. What did you see from the booth? What was Jake looking at?
Well, we had just thrown the ball down the field the play before and just barely missed, and so
this is the last drive. This is earlier in the drive, but yes.
So we had a nice job on the out route, and then we had a little sprint out here where Jake goes, high, low, high, back, or low, high, low, back to Chase there. And then, we're moving it. We throw a slant here. And then this last play, we're a couple inches away. If the ball just got away from Jake a little bit. If that ball's 2 inches lower, it's hitting Darius in the hands.
In stride,
running through their defense. It's probably going to be a 15, 20-yard gain. And it's a couple inches off. And if it's not complete, if it's lower, if it's not complete, if it's just an incompletion. But just a couple inches off, their guy made a good reaction to catch it. So it's unfortunate, because I thought we had, with this ball, if he catches that, he's running right through the heart of the defense, and there's a good chance he's going to make that safety miss and maybe score. And then I thought
it wasn't the pick six the other way. Jake chases him down.
I want to point out Jake's effort to go make that tackle.
Similar to the Oklahoma game last year.
Making that tackle still gave us a chance at the end of the game. And, disappointed with the interception. I know it hurts him. It hurts all of us. It was a crushing defeat. But to have the character to go make that tackle and give our team a chance, we had 1 more shot at the end because he didn't just give up. And it says a lot about who he is.
It does. I'm glad you pointed that out as well. Some last-minute chaos, including a 4th. ASU actually snapped a 4th and goal from the BYU 49-yard line. You'll never see a 4th and goal from the 49 again. A field storm. You get 1 last look at a Hail Mary. Again, the line of scrimmage could have been different than it was. I'm not sure why it was where it was. That said, you get 1 last look. Yeah.
We have a play for the situation they were in, and we call it launch, and we actually used it against Baylor a few years ago, where you have to drop back and then you have to sprint outside the pocket, and then you can throw the ball as high and far out of bounds as you want.
But you've got to be outside the tackle box.
You have to be outside the tackle box, and you can burn a maximum of 6 seconds. So I've seen it. We've charted this over the years. We've seen Alabama do it. We've seen lots of teams do it. We've done it before. 6 seconds is the max you can get. They tried to do it with 7 seconds, and he didn't leave the pocket.
Right.
So it should have been grounding.
Right.
And
now Kalani said he was told that it was, but there wasn't a flag. There wasn't an announcement of the penalty.
Yeah. I don't know why it wasn't, because that would have put us 15 yards closer, and then I don't know about the end there. I thought we should have been. There were a lot of things there that felt like we should have gotten a few yards closer there.
But of course, every coach will say it should never come down to just one thing.
It shouldn't have. Yeah. We didn't lose the game on that play, and we didn't lose the game just on the interception. There were enough opportunities in that game to win. They made a couple more plays than we did as a team. It's you win as a team, you lose as a team, and credit to them. They found a way to win. And we're just hoping we can go take care of business this week and do what we're supposed to do.
By the way, the final play was judged on the field as an incomplete pass, which was clearly not the case, and that still has not been changed officially. We expect it to be changed for the stats relative to that. You did highlight an offensive player we want to point out here on an offensive line that got banged up during the game. Waylon Lapuaho. He has been quietly the every snap left guard all year long. Has been a stud for you.
Yeah, just been a great leader, very durable. He's played all year, every snap of the season at left guard, and the guy comes to work every day with enthusiasm. And he had an awesome game, played really well. You know, Keelan was another candidate for player of the game. I thought he played very well with his 2 touchdowns and had a nice 3rd down conversion on another jet sweep run. He's playing really well at receiver as well. But we just thought Waylon has just been outstanding all season, and we wanted to recognize him.
Yeah. You got banged up on the O-line. We'll see who practices well enough to play for you on Saturday against Houston. In the last minute we have, just a thought on having a shot with a win over Houston to get yourself to Arlington with some things breaking your way, and who says they won't, right? I mean, you just got to hope for the best.
Yeah, Gary mentioned the team the other day. You know, when he played in the Big 12 championship at Baylor, they had 2 losses, and they had to win on the final week and hope for somebody else to lose, and that's how they got in. And so the only thing we control is how we play against Houston, and that's all we control. So let's go do it. We just got to have a great week and go get ready to play. All
right, Coach. Good luck this week with the guys, and then on Saturday against Houston. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, and that will do it for Week 12 and for our 2024 season on the Coordinator's Corner. For our great coaches, Kelly Papinga, Jay Hill, and Aaron Roderick, and our entire crew and our producers as well, my name is Greg Wrubell. We will see you next year. Go Cougs!